welcome to the Combined Maths class. In this session, I hope to discuss the second part of the application of derivative. Right here in this session, I hope to discuss few exam A-level questions. As I told previously, the first part, that means application of geometrical representation, right? Application of derivative in geometrical representation. That question you can see in combined one paper in part A under the question number 7, right? So I'm going to do these questions. We'll start with the first one. The first question says a curve C is given by the parametric equation x equal 3 sine square theta over 2 and y equal sine cube theta, for theta is in the range of in between 0 and 5 by 4, right? What we want to prove here, show that dy over dx is equal sine 2 theta. So first of all we will prove that and we will go to the next part. So here the function y is given in the format of parameter, third variable you can see theta. So to find the dy over dx, first we want to differentiate these two equations with respect to theta, right? So I differentiate this function with respect to theta. Dx over d theta is equal 3 is a constant, and then you can see a power, so we have to apply the chain rule. So the answer will be times 2 sine, we differentiate the power, and then we have to differentiate sine. If we differentiate sine, we get cos. This cos theta over 2. Again we have to differentiate the function which is inside that sine, that is theta over 2. It is half. So if we simplify this, right? Anyway, without simplifying the middle term, right? 2 sine theta over 2 and cos theta over 2 I write as what, sine theta, right? So the answer is 3 over 2 sine theta. That is dx over d theta. Next, I will differentiate the function, the relation y equals sine cube theta. Y equals sine cube theta with respect to x. Sorry, with respect to theta. So dy over d theta is equal, first we have to differentiate the power as per the chain rule, that is 3 times sine squared theta times, and then we have to differentiate the sine, it is cos. Okay. Right. Now we found that dy over dx, sorry, dx over d theta and dy over d theta. Now we will try to find dy over dx. 3 dy over dx. We apply chain rule for this. So we can write this one as d theta times d theta over dx. So it is equal dy over d theta, we already found. Where is it? Dy over d theta means 3 sine squared theta times cos theta, and then this one we can write as 1 over dx over d theta. So 1 over dx over d theta means this thing we have found, that is 3 over 2 sine theta. 3 over 2 sine theta. We'll just simplify this, right? So this 3 and this 3 can be cancelled. cancel, and sin theta, 1 sin theta can be cancelled, and we can bring this 2 to the numerator. So it will be 2 sin theta cos theta. So 2 sin theta cos theta we can write as sin 2 theta. So dy over dx is equal to sin theta. Sin 2 theta, that's what we want to prove in this question at the first part, right? See here, dy over dx is equal sin 2 theta, right? Now we will move to the second part of the question. Right. If the gradient of the tangent at a point P on curve C is root 3 over 2. Now the gradient is given, right? Point is not given. What we want to find actually the point. That means the value of theta, value of respective theta. Find the value of the parameter theta corresponding to the point P, right? So the the value of gradient is given. Now what we have found here in this question previously, we found dy over dx is equal sin 2 theta. This is what we found. Actually, this is the this function describing the gradient of the tangent drawn to the curve. So the gradient at a point is given. So we want to find the respective theta. So I can write what we have found like this. This is the gradient at P, right? The gradient at P, it is given. It is root 3 over 2, right? So we are going to find the respective theta for this. Therefore, I write this one. Sin 2 theta should be equal to. So from this equation, we can find the respective value of the parameter theta, right? So now here in the information given, theta is in between 0 and pi by 4. Theta is in between 0 and pi by 4, right? Now here we are finding sin 2 theta. So I just multiply this inequality. This inequality with 2. So it is 2 theta is equal, once we multiply this with theta, 2 theta less than, this should be pi by 2, right? So 2 theta is in between 0 and pi by 2, that means in the first quarter, right? So the difference angle which is related to the value, sine value root 3 over 2, the reference angle for that ratio is what? Sine, actually the angle is 65 by 3, right? Therefore I can write 2 theta should be equal to 5 by 6. Sorry, 5 by 3, should be 5 by 3. It should be 5 by 3, right? 60 means 5 by 3. So theta is equal 5 by 6, right? So this is what we want to find in this question. We proved dy over dx is equal sin 2 theta, and then we found the respective point, right? The parameter of the respective point P using the given gradient. Now we will move to the second question. Second question, we'll try to do this. A curve C in the xy plane is given in the terms of a real parameter, right? A real parameter. Here the parameter should be theta. By the equation x equal 2 plus cos 2 theta and y equal 4 sin theta. These are the parametric equations. But we want to find as the first one, we want to find the dy over dx, right? In terms of theta. In terms of theta, we want to find dy over dx. So first of all, we will do that and we'll come back to the question again. So the first thing, x equal 2 plus cos 2 theta. I differentiate this equation with respect to theta because we are the equations are given in the parametric form. So differentiate with respect to theta. So dx over d theta is equal, once we differentiate this part, the constant will be vanished, and then we have to differentiate cos 2 theta. So first we differentiate cos, it is minus sin 2 theta. Again we have to differentiate the function which is inside cos, that is 2 theta. So the answer is 2 there, right? So this is equal minus 2 sin 2 theta. So this is dx over d theta. After that we want to find y equals 4 sin theta. This is the second relation given, y equal 4 sin theta. I differentiate this equation also with respect to theta. So dy over d theta is equal 4 times, once we differentiate sine we get the answer cos theta, right? So we found dx over d theta and dy over d theta, and we will try to find dy over dx now, right? dy over dx is equal dy over d theta times, we apply chain rule here, d theta over dx, right? So dy over d theta, that means 4 cos theta times, this one we can write as, here we found dx over d theta, therefore we take the reciprocal, that is 1 over dx over d theta, we found that is 2 minus 2 sin 2 theta. Right? Now we just simplify this, we can cancel out this 2 with this 4, and also I bring minus front, here cos theta, I will expand this sin 2 theta to sin theta times cos theta. So I can cancel this cos theta and this one, and also one more 2 is here, so that 2 and this 2 can be cancelled. So the final answer dy over dx is dy over dx is equal minus 1 over sin theta, right? So this is dy over dx. Okay, we'll move to the next part of the question. dy over dx in terms of theta we already found, that is minus 1 over sin theta. Now next thing, show that the equation of the normal drawn to the curve, right? So here we found the gradient of the tangent in terms of theta, and then we want to find the equation of the normal. Before that we want to find the gradient of the normal, right? In the first part of this session, I explained you how to find the gradient of the normal. So we can take what just a reciprocal and we make the sign opposite. This is the gradient of the tangent. So the gradient of the normal we can write just sin theta, right? This sin theta, and also to derive the equation of the normal we should have a point. So the respective point here given, theta is equal 5 by 4, right? Theta is equal 5 by 4. So by replacing 5 by 4 we can find the gradient, and also we should have a point, right? The respective point. So we will write the coordinates of the point. So So we will find out the x coordinate. To find the x coordinate, the parametric value is 5 by 4. We replace 5 by 4 into the initial equation x equal to plus cos 2 theta. So if I replace, I just write here x equal to plus cos 2 theta, right? Theta is 5 by 4. So once I simplify here, 5 by 4 times 2 means that will be 5 by 2, right? So this is 5 by 2. So we know that cos 5 by 2 becomes 0. So x coordinate is 2. And same, in that way we can find y. Y mean 4 sine theta. Theta mean here 5 by 4. So 4 over root 2. If we simplify, this will be 2 root 2. Right? So the x coordinate is 2 and y coordinate is 2 root 2. Right. Now we have the gradient. Anyway, we can find the value of the gradient because we know the parametric value 5 by 4. So sine 5 by 4 mean 1 over root 2. 1 over root 2. Now with this idea we will try to write the equation of the normal. So general point on the line we take x comma y. So using that equation of the normal, that can be written as y minus y coordinate of the point, that is 2 root 2, and then x coordinate, that is 2. This is equal. This is the way how we can write the gradient using the general term, general point, and then that should be equal to the gradient we found already, that is 1 over root 2. Now I just apply the cross multiplication and just arrange the equation. Actually this is the equation, but I just arrange this in the format of ax plus bx plus c. So root 2 y minus, if I multiply, this will be 4, and then x minus 2. Okay, so I bring all the terms to one side. So x minus root 2y, and this will be plus 2 is equal to 0. So this is the equation of the normal drawn to the curve. That's what we want to find. See, x minus root 2y plus 2, right? So this is the way. This is actually a very easy question, right? Now we will move to the next question. Question number 3, right? Same way you can, in this question also you can see the function is given in the parametric format, and we'll try to differentiate and find out dy over dx, and also we'll try to find out what the equation, right? Here the parameter is given in terms of t. Okay, we'll start to find the dy over dx. So x is equal e to the power t plus e to the power minus t. We differentiate this function with respect to t, dx over dt. Directly we can't find dy over dx. So first we have to differentiate with the parameter. So the derivative of exponential function, we get the same answer, that is et, and then here my e minus t, right? First we have to differentiate the power. So minus t. Right? Okay, this is the way how we can find the derivative of x, and then we take y. Y is equal e to the power t minus e to the power minus t. Now we'll differentiate this one also with respect to theta, t. So dy over dt is equal, derivative will be same, et, and once we differentiate the power, minus will come out, and so that minus and this minus become plus, and then here minus t. Okay, now we found dx over dt and dy over dt. We'll try to find out dy over dx. So dy over dx is equal, I'm applying chain rule here, dt times dt over dx. So this can be written as dy over dx times 1 over dx over dt. So this is equal dy over this is dy over dt, this should be dy over dt. So dy over dt, here I found this is the term, that is e to the power t plus e to the power minus t, and then dx over dt, I found, that is et 1 over et minus e to the power minus t, right? So this is dy over dt. Now can we simplify this? Anyway, we'll leave the answer because there is nothing to prove, right? We just want to obtain dy over dx. We just leave the answer, we will go further, right? Here in the numerator plus and the denominator minus. This is plus and this is minus, right? So this is dy over dx we found, and we will move to the next part. Show that the equation of the tangent line at the point C corresponding to t, parameter t is equal ln2, right? Parameter t is equal ln2. So to find the equation, we should find the gradient. Actually this function, from this function we can find out the gradient. So this is the way how we can write the gradient of the tangent when t is equal ln2, right? T is equal ln2. Now I just replace ln2 instead of t. So e to the power ln2 plus e to the power minus ln2, and here again e to the power ln2 minus e to the power minus ln2. Okay, so ln2 e to the power ln2, actually it is 2. The answer is 2. If you can't see that, you convert this one into the logarithm format, you can see the answer, it is 2, right? And then answer of e to the power minus ln2, what I do here, I take the reciprocal, that means I will convert minus into positive as per the theory of indices. Then you can write this one as 1 over e to the power ln2. E to the power ln2, as I told, that is 2. So the answer of this part I can write as half. Okay, and then denominator e to the power ln2, as I said, that is 2 minus, here also you can follow the same thing I have done here. So the answer is half. Now if we simplify this, here 4, that means 5 over 2, and here 3 over 2. These two can be cancelled. So gradient is 5 over 3, right? So gradient of the tangent at the parameter t is equal ln2 is 5 by 3, right? So with this we will move on. Now we have the gradient. To write the equation, we should know the respective point. To find the respective point, I use the initial equations. X. I'm going to find the x coordinate, right? coordinates of the point So to find the x-coordinate, now we know the value of t, it is ln2. So with this we are going to find x. So x is equal, we find out the initial function, x is equal what? E to the power t plus e to the power minus t. It is e to the power t, here t is ln2 plus e to the power minus t mean minus ln2. Right. So ln2, as I explained earlier, you can write this one as 2 and this one minus ln2 you can write as half. So the answer is, it is 5 by 2. So the x coordinate of the respective point is 5 by 2 and we'll find out the y coordinate. Y is equal e to the power t, right? E to the power t, here is the place, e to the power t minus e to the power minus t. So e to the power t minus e to the power minus t, I just put ln, so e to the power t mean ln2 and minus e to the power minus ln2. Right? So ln2 mean you know now it is 2 and minus this part you can write as half. So once you simplify it, you can get what it is 3 over 2. Now this is the y coordinate. So the coordinates of the respective point we can write as x coordinate is 5 by 2 and y coordinate is 3 over 2. Right? We have the gradient. We write gradient is equal, that is 5 by 3. Right? This information we found. Now we can write the equation of the tangent. So the equation of the tangent with the general point we can write tangent is equal y minus y coordinate is 3 over 2 and x coordinate is 5 over 2. This is equal to the gradient we found 5 by 3. Right, now just actually this is the equation. Now we can apply the cross multiplication and just arrange. There is a proof. We want to take that equation which is in the question. So I apply the cross multiplication here. So if I apply it is 3y and then minus 9 over 2, 5x minus 25 over 2, right? So I arrange this one into the format of ax plus by plus c. So 5x minus 3y, right? Once I bring this one to the other side, it will be plus. So 25, this is minus 16 over 2. So the final answer I can write as 5x minus 3y minus 8 equals 0. Right? We'll see this is the answer that we want to take in the question. 5x minus 3y minus 8. 5x minus 3y minus 8 equals 0. So that is the answer. Okay, so I just summarized the way how I found the answer. The equation given in the format of parametric form. So to find the dy over dx, you should differentiate the functions that being given relation with respect to t. After that, using the chain rule, you can find dy over dx. So the meaning of geometrical meaning of dy over dx is the gradient of the tangent drawn to the curve. At the point is given here. The point is what? Point representing by the parameter t, that is equal ln2, right? So you can find the value of gradient of the tangent by using t equals ln2, right? Once you found the gradient, the value of gradient, you have to find the respective point, right? The point. So to find the point, you can use the parameter t is equal ln2. Use x and y equations to find x coordinate and y coordinate. Once you found gradient and also the point, you can use the straight line theory. Just take a general term and write the gradient in terms of those 2 points, equate that one to the gradient which you found, right? That is the path you want to apply, right? I hope you understood this, and we will move to the next question. Question number 4, same pattern, same method, right? Same thing we have to do as we done in the previous 2 questions. Curve C is given by the equation. Now there is no parametric equation, directly the equation given in the normal format, the relation between y and x you can see. Find the equation of the tangent drawn to the curve C at the point 1, 2, right? Point, the coordinates of the points also given, right? This is the past paper question, right? So 1, 2 it is given. So we'll find out the gradient first. For that we want to differentiate the given function with respect to x. So y is equal 4 minus 4x plus 3x squared minus x cubed. So dy over dx, directly we can differentiate this one with respect to x. So this part will be 0, and here the answer is minus 4. If we differentiate this part, it is 3 times 6x, and here minus 3x squared, right? So this is the derivative function. Now the respective point is given, that is 1, 2, that means x equals 1 here. So we finding the gradient of the tangent drawn at the point x equals 1, right? So x equal 1, just we replace 1 here. Minus 4 plus 6 and minus 3. So the answer is minus 1, right? Minus 1 is the answer. That is the gradient drawn to this curve at the point x equal 1. Now we have the gradient and also the point already there. No need to find the point again. And we'll try to find the equation. Equation of the tangent I take the general point to write the equation. So y minus y coordinate of the respective point, that is 2, right? Y minus 2, and x minus the y coordinate, that is 1. This gradient, actually we found the gradient again. This gradient should be equal to the gradient we found, that is minus 1, right? Now just apply cross multiplication. It is y minus 2 is equal minus x plus 1, right? So I will write this one in the general format. X plus y minus 3, right? X plus y minus 3 is the equation of the tangent drawn to the curve. Now we will go back to the question. The first question is, find the equation of the tangent drawn to the curve C at the point 1, 2. Already we found that. And the next question is, show that this tangent is perpendicular to the tangent drawn to the curve y squared equal 4x at the point, the same point 1, 2. So second part is a new question. We want to find the tangent. Equation of the tangent drawn to the curve y squared equal 4x at the point 1, 2, right? So now we can start as a new question. Later we join both questions and to finalize the answer. So I will do that question in this side. So y squared is equal 4x. Now I want to find dy over dx to find the tangent, the gradient of the tangent. actually this is an implicit function, so directly we can't find. We have to apply the chain rule here. So to differentiate this side with respect to x, first we have to differentiate with respect to y, and then y should differentiate with respect to x. So this thing you can write as 2y. First you differentiate in this one with respect to y, and then y, right? So this is equal. Now if we differentiate this side with respect to x, so the answer will be just 4. Now I just make the subject dy over dx in this equation. It is equal to, here 2 can be cancelled, so it is 2 over 1. Right? So this is the gradient, this is the derivative function we found in this implicit format. So this is, with this we can find the gradient. So this is not a normal question, right? Earlier we just substitute the value for x, but here we want to substitute the value for y. You can pick that value. The respective point talking in this part is also 1, 2. So y coordinate, we can replace y coordinate here. So we will write, we are finding gradient of the tangent at the point y equals to, y is equals to 2. So 2 over 2, the answer is 1. Right? So the gradient of the tangent in that part is 1. Now we have the point, right? Point is here and the gradient we found. So we can write the equation. To find the equation of the tangent, you have to consider the general point. So we will write y minus 2, 2 is the coordinate of the point, y coordinate of the point, and x minus 1, this should equal to 1. Right? Anyway, what we want to prove, right, actually in this question, we no need to go further like that. Show that this tangent is perpendicular to the tangent drawn to the curve, right? So actually we no need to find the equation of the tangent in the second part. Yeah, we can have the idea with the gradient. See, so the gradient of this tangent is 1, right? I will pick that information. The gradient of the tangent is 1 there, but in here the gradient of the tangent in the first case is minus 1, right? So I think you can remember I gave you in the first part the relation between what I write m times n is equal minus 1, right? If the gradients of two lines satisfies this relation, we can conclude that those two lines are perpendicular to each other, right? So if I take m as 1 there and n as minus 1, so m times n become minus 1. That means these two tangents are perpendicular to each other, okay? So finally we can conclude, therefore the two tangents are perpendicular to each other. Perpendicular to each other. Right. So here I just highlight, if this is M and if this is V, if this is M, right? If that gradient is M and if that gradient is N, m times n become minus 1. Therefore, we can conclude these two tangents are perpendicular to each other, right? So, I hope you understood the procedure. We will move to the next question. Right. So, this is the last question I hope to discuss in this session. Okay, we'll start, and the curve is given by, in the parametric form, x equal 3t and y equal 3 over 2t. same procedure you have to apply. Show that the equation of the tangent to the curve at point 3t, 3ot. Right? There is a little difference in this question. The point is not given as the numbers. The point also given in the format of parameter. So we'll try to find out the equation. The equation also you can see in terms of parameter, right? T squared, you can see t there, right? Anyway, we have to follow the same procedure. First we find out the derivative dy over dx. So x is equal 3t and y is equal 3 over t. Right? These are the given information. I differentiate these two relations with respect to t. Dx over dt is equal, if we differentiate, the answer will be 3 here, and if I differentiate this side with respect to t, dy over dt is equal, right? So apply the rules. I just write the answer. It is minus 3 over t square, right? Okay. So from these two relations we can build dy over dx. Dy over dx is equal dy over dt, chain rule, applying chain rule here, dx. So this is equal dy over dx dt, and this can be written as by taking the reciprocal we can write dx over dt. So this is equal dy over dt, that means dy over dt means minus 3 over t square times 1 over dt means 3 here, right? So if we simplify, 3 and 3 can be cancelled, so the final answer is minus 1 over t square, right? So this is dy over dx, that means we found the derivative function, that means we have a clue about the gradient of the tangent, right? Now the point is given. Actually, the point is in terms of parameter, right? We don't have values to replace and find a value for the gradient. So we can accept this one as the gradient because we are dealing with the parameter t. Here also we got the answer with t, right? So we're going to do this question in that level, right? Keeping the parameter. We're going to solve this one by keeping the parameter as t. So I assume this one as the gradient and this one as the respective point. So we can write so the point I can take the point I'm taking 3t comma point is what 3t comma 3 over t, right? The gradient I just write g, gradient is minus 1 over t square, right? Using these two I'm going to write the equation of the tangent. So equation of the tangent is equal, using the general point, y minus, here y is 3 over t and x is minus 3t. Okay, so this is equal to the gradient we found, minus 1 over t square. Right? Now just simplify this, we can have the answer. I just apply the cross multiplication. So is y t squared minus, if I simplify this two, right, t will be cancelled, so the answer will be 3t, and then here minus x and then plus 3t. Okay, so I just arrange this one in the format of ax plus b y plus c. So x plus y t squared. Okay, so as for the equation, you saw that we have to leave the 60 in the other side, right? That the constant part has not brought to the other side, so I leave the answer in that way. that means I bring this to the other side. So this will be just 60, right? So this is what we want to prove in the question. We will move back to the question. And you use this side to explain the balance. So we will move to the next part. You start from here. Deduce that as t varies. Here the letter should be t. T varies the area of the triangular region bounded by the coordinates axis and this tangent, right? Okay, now we should have a geometrical figure to find out this. We're going to find an area of a triangular path. So if I draw that, right, to have an understanding, if I draw that, now if this is y-axis, if this is x-axis, now in here, if you look at the gradient of the tangent, you can see, look at t has been squared, that means obviously the denominator is positive, but there is a minus, that means the gradient is minus. If the gradient is minus, you know that slope should be towards this direction, right? So therefore I can draw the tangent. I don't care the curve, I just draw the tangent like this, right? It should be like this. I decided by referring that. Now you can see the triangular area. See? Now we want to prove the area of this triangular part is a constant. That means that does not depend on the value t, right? Anyway, we know the equation of the line, of this line. It is x plus t squared y is equal 60. Right? This is the equation. Now I can find, now to find the area, I should know this length and also this length, so I can use the basic formula to find the area. To find this length, I'm trying to find the value of this x coordinate. So if I write the coordinates, I have the idea, definitely here y, there should be x coordinate and also y coordinate will be 0. And in this point, what? X coordinate is 0, you can see that there should be a y coordinate because they are on the axis, right? X and y. So how can I find the y coordinate? I have the equation to find the y coordinates, x coordinate here. To this equation I replace 0 instead of y, right? If I replace in y, 0 instead of y, this part will be vanished, right? That part will be vanished. So you can see that x will be equal to 60 there, right? That means coordinates of this point I can write as 60, 0. Okay? And then the next one, to find the y value here, what I do, I just put 0 into the equation. Okay? Plus t squared y is equal 60. So to find this y, I put 0 here. If I put 0, t squared y is equal to 6x, 60. So 1t can be cancelled from this. So y will be equal to 6 over t. Right? So here the coordinates I can write 0, 6 over t. Right? Okay. Now we have the idea about the triangle coordinates, and that means these lengths. Okay. Here to here length we have the idea. So we can write area of the triangle. This is equal, right, half perpendicular, base means this distance, x distance, that means you can write x coordinate, that is 60, times perpendicular length, that means y coordinate of this point, that is 6 over t. Now you can see that, right? T and t can be cancelled. Here 2, this can be written as 3. So the answer is 18. Right? Now you can see 18 square units, right? Square units. Right. Anyway, you can see that the answer does not depend on t. So we go back to the question. Deduce that as t varies, the area of the triangular region, right? Area of the triangular region bounded by the coordinate axis, and this tangent is a constant, right? So we proved that. So finally, you should write the conclusion. What the area of the triangular region is a constant. Area of the triangle is constant. Right. Okay. Now, in this session, I explained you 5 questions. Those 5 questions I picked from past paper questions, and now you can see that these questions are very easy, right? So practice that question number 7 very well. You can have 25 marks, right? That is easy, right? Okay, children, we will meet in this maths class with a new lesson again.